Och er och sånt. Ska vi se hur mycket damage är det. Hur snabbt vi kan hugga.
My name is important. I'm not here to compete. I was just delivering this for some other people. They should be getting it now.
Ni kan dela på precis.
So you're the ones behind this. No wonder. The rarest talent turns into the rarest plus right specimen. But I have to correct you on one point. It's not number. It's
Måste säga hej till Ganju. Ganju och Cloud Rotator. Jag vet att Ganju är med Cloud Rotator. Kazuha. Hallå Cloud Rotator, hur mår du då? Hallå. Hallå.
One trusts you have met Shen-He. So, are you getting along quite well?
Yes sir.
So far, so good. Yeah. So, you know Shenhua too, Cloud Retainer?
Naturally. Save for Ganyu, who spends the majority of her time in Liyue Harbor. All the Adepti living today are acquainted with Shen-He to some degree.
Cool. So, what's her Adeptus name anyway? Calling her Shenhua feels kind of friendly, but also kind of disrespectful. So Paimon's thinking maybe it'd be better if we called her by her Adeptus name instead.
Her Adeptus name? Why, pray tell, would Shen-He have an Adeptus name?
Don't all Adepti have a special title they go by?
On this latter point, you are correct. However,
Shenhe is human. Nani?
Oh, right.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
Alltså...
You knew already?
Paimon, du är dum.
So is
Det är
Paimon
lugnt.
the only
Det är
one
lugnt,
doing
Paimon.
it now?
Paimon, det är
do
lugnt.
you mean
Alla är
to
misstag,
say
okej?
that she presents differently from ordinary human beings?
Well, to start with, her problem-solving methods are extremely direct.
Ah, yes. She was like this all those years ago when one first met her. In this respect, she has not changed. One first found Shenhe by chance in a cave. One was passing by and sensed the presence of a god's remains. Being of an ever-vigilant disposition, one entered immediately to inspect the scene.
I see.
Inside was Shenhe, then aged around 6 years old. In her hand, she held a dagger with which she was confronting a monster that was the god's remains incarnate.
That sounds so
Huh.
dangerous.
Känner slogs mot en
When
gud.
one
Åh,
arrived,
typ 5
she had
år. What do you
already been
mean?
locked in confrontation with this
Actually,
monster
what
for
do you
several
mean?
days.
What a
Most mortal
scam.
children are fragile, both physically and mentally, and are highly reliant on their parents for survival. But not so her. That she was able to endure such terrible danger was due not only to her strong willpower, but also to the bloodlust and homicidal instinct with which she was born.
I see,
One dealt
I
with the
see.
monster, yet she still refused to lower her guard. She
mean,
even
ingen borde lower
pointed
sin-
her
lower
dagger
sin
in
guard.
one's direction
Men det finns
and
monster i
remained ready to strike.
varenda hörn. What do you
Only
mean,
after she
Cloud
was
Retainer?
satisfied that one had no intention to cause her harm did she finally relent. She then passed out without uttering a single word.
In other words, if you hadn't passed by that day, Shenhua might have...
Not necessarily.
Sheesh.
Upon one's arrival, one could sense that the god's wrath was gradually receding. Even had the stalemate continued, one suspects that Shen-He may have still emerged the victor of the confrontation.
That's still so dangerous, though. How was
Intressant.
a tiny little kid battling against the wrath of a god in the first place?
Alas, the mortal world is rife with suffering of every kind, and she had experienced her fair share of this, even at a tender age. Seeing that she was homeless, one decided to adopt her.
Så den tjejen måste spela hon Cloud
Indeed,
Retainer.
it is one to whom she refers. Shenhe has an extraordinary constitution, making her well
Interessant.
adapted to practicing the Adepti arts. All the Adepti cherished her talents, and so we were willing to train her. However, her homicidal urges did not subside with age. Rather, they grew stronger day by day.
I see.
Moon Carver once performed a divination for her. He declared that her fate is to bear the curse of calamity.
Yikes. Direkt känns det.
Consumed by malevolent energy, she is prone to bring harm to those around her. Such is the magnitude of the danger this poses, that her soul must be bound with red ropes to keep her homicidal instinct at bay. The red ropes have indeed served to keep her calmer and more content. They also seem to have rendered her somewhat inexpressive. Perhaps the red ropes are so powerful that they have suppressed some of her other emotions as well.
I see.
It is only by fate that people's paths may cross. Now that
Oh, now Paimon gets it. You came out here to check up on Shenhe because you were worried about...
Huh. You
You dare draw such a facile conclusion.
On the nature of one's present excursion.
Bruh.
Incorrect. The truth is that while Liyue Harbor may seem peaceful today, danger is always lurking in the shadows.
True though.
Ningguang once made a
facts.
bold assertion that this is to be the era of the contract between Liyue and the humans. Well, one is most curious to observe how she will respond to the coming storm. If she handles it admirably, one is willing to be a witness to her achievements. But if she does not, the Adepti shall not hesitate to seize control. Let us conclude our conversation here for today. One is
Yes sir, vi måste fortfarande fixa massa grejer. Bara klara rotering.
Shenhe...
Det var en god sömn alltså. Jag må bara säga, jag sov ute i gräset. Mitt i regnet, du vet. Hello Shinho.
Shenhe...
Master has relayed my situation to you, I take it?
Yes sir.
How did you know?
Jag drar också
I'd
därifrån.
intended to wait until you came back before going to sleep, but I didn't hear you come in. I was worried that something may have happened to you, so I went outside to check and caught sight of my master. On top of this, you have been acting very strangely around me this morning, causing me to suspect that my master must have told you everything about me. After all, Master is... very talkative.
Bruh.
Sorry, Shenhe. Paimon had you down as an Adeptus this whole time, but it turns out Paimon was wrong.
It's okay. I don't mind. The fault is mine for not explaining everything to you sooner, because in my experience, trying to explain is a futile pursuit. Still, though you mistook me for an Adeptus, you never treated me as distant and unapproachable. Instead, you treated me as you would a friend. For this, I am very grateful indeed.
To be fair, we've met our fair share of real Adepti, too. Anyway, now it's settled. From now on, you're our friend. Whether you're an
Ey,
Adeptus or a
cool,
human
vi har en vän.
isn't the important
Fick
thing.
Shinho som en vän.
First and foremost, we're just plain
Paimon.
old friends.
Good job Paimon. Good job Paimon.
Although I don't know quite what it entails in terms of what I have to do, I must say I like the title friend very much indeed.
Great!
Oh,
Well, now that we're all rested up, we should start searching for the other 2 items on the list. But before we do that, let's go to the building site and ask Ningguang's little helper how the progress is going.
Paimon lärde sig ingenting.
Sunset Vermilion
Var inte
is
lite
so
helper, det var
good.
secretary.
Paimon doubts many
Paimon, det var
competitors will really be able to
secretary.
find any. If it turns out some of them have given up already, we'll be able to thing. We bought some grilled chicken drumsticks on the way back last night. There was a place just outside.
That's
Here's
a
one for you,
Romeo.
Shenhua. Try it. They're so good.
I concur. It has a rich flavor, far more
Junjin,
agreeable than those
Vado.
I've cooked for myself in the wilderness in the
Nani?
past.
Look, look! The Jade Chamber is floating into the sky!
Wait, what?
But it seems to be tied down by something.
That's because it's not finished.
I got a little bit of them. What do you mean, what a scam?
And hey, Beto! And hey! Person Paimon doesn't know?
Person Paimon doesn't know,
Given
bruh.
the enormous scale of the Jade Chamber, we split the construction work into 2 phases to make sure the structure remains balanced. Before we find some suitable plastrite, we build the Jade Chamber's keel at ground level. Once the plastrite is ready, we place it into the keel and let the partially constructed Jade Chamber rise up to the height of the surrounding mountain peaks. The remainder of the construction work is then carried out at that altitude. Once everything is ready, we release the iron tethers and allow the Jade Chamber to rise to its target altitude.
Miss Bywin, we've brought some new materials to submit.
One moment, I'll be right there. The construction work has only been able to progress this rapidly thanks to the plastrite provided by you. Lady Ningguang is most grateful and looks forward to seeing more of your work.
Wow,
Bruh.
can't believe you sourced the plastrite so quickly. It's the key piece of the puzzle. Looks like you beat us to the punch.
Beto? You're joining the Jade Chamber contest too?
Damn, a little
Sure
bit of
am.
it.
I happened to get my hands on a chunk of sunset vermilionite on a voyage a while back, so I figured I'd bring it over.
Huh. So even though it's rare, we're not the only ones who managed to get a hold of it.
Oh, I've got some introductions to do. This is the renowned Miss Yun, or Yunjin, probably the most famous figure in the Liyue opera scene.
Greetings.
These
Greetings,
two are Paimon
Jinjin.
and the Traveler, both good
Greetings.
buddies of mine. And this is, sorry, not sure we've met.
Shenhua. I am their friend.
Good to meet you. A friend of a friend is my friend too. Or, as I like to say, a mate of a crewmate is part of the crew. Miss Yun is also here for the contest. Turns out she needed to borrow both,
She
so we came
what?
together.
It's an honor to finally meet you both. I've heard much about you. Miss Shenhe, though we are only meeting for the first time, I have a feeling that we will get along very well indeed. To be honest with you all, I am in great need of this opportunity to ask Lady Ningguang a question. That's why I joined the contest. Thanks to my father's connections, I was able to acquire a specimen of the plastrite required. Fortunately, it was approved for submission, despite being a little on the diminutive side.
Wow. So it looks like the three of us are competitors now.
Excuse me for
Fine.
prying, Miss Shenhe, but are you competing as well?
No, I don't have any questions for Ningguang. I just wanted to help him win.
In that case, I have a proposal to make. Lady Ningguang said that the first 3 contestants to procure all 3 materials will be awarded the chance to ask a question. Well, there are 3 teams here. We can split the prize between us. Instead of competing against each other, we could work together to secure the top 3 places between us. What do you think?
Sounds
great,
fun.
but how does it change things exactly?
Actually, smart.
I
Thanks,
think
you.
I see where you're going with this, Miss Yun. The plastrite was the most difficult item to source by a long shot. Luckily, all 3 of us managed to get our hands on it. The 2 remaining items aren't quite so rare, so as long as one of us finds a way to source it, the other 2 can hop on the bandwagon. How'd I do? Is that what you had in mind?
Precisely.
Huh. Interesting approach.
Okay then.
Agreed.
All right.
You want to
I'll go
mention
first.
an
I
interesting
have some
approach?
leads on these wonder cores. From what I've heard, the core itself is really not that difficult to make. The hard part is getting hold of the ore used as raw materials. I'm gonna head back to the ship and ask Suling if he's heard of them. You guys...
We will head into town and seek advice from Master Zhang of Hanfeng's Ironmongers. Thoughts?
Wonderful.
Sounds good.
I'm gonna take
Let's
off.
go.
See you later.
Yes, sir. See ya, later.
Okay, let's go. By the way, what question are you gonna ask Ningguang Yunjin?
Then
I'm
Joseph.
looking for a venue to host the performance of our new opera. Lady Ningguang has excellent judgment, so I would like to hear her opinion.
Ooh, what's the opera called?
The opera is a labor of love by my father. It's called The Divine Damsel of Devastation.
Det låter inte jättebra. Sure. Sure. Devastation kan väl vara någonting bra också, antar jag. I något universum. Ironmongers.
Time to go.
Sådär.
Time to go.
Wow.
Då går vi till Ironmongers. Skut. Hello, Master Chang. Chang.
Ah, hello. Are
Sorry
you here
för
for
det
something
uttalet
off the
fel.
shelf, or do you need something forged?
Chang.
Excuse me, Master Zhang.
Chang.
I'm
Jean.
wondering if you'd heard of something called a Wonder Core.
Of course I have. Sorry, who's asking?
My name is Yunjin. Perhaps you don't know me, but I believe that you forged some weaponry for my father in the past for stage use.
Yunjin? Stage use? Oh, so you must be Miss Yoon. Sorry, my brain's finally caught up. It's not used to doing much beyond bashing a hammer all day. Everyone's heard of you, Miss Yoon. Even folks who don't make it to the opera all that often. Like myself. So, you're here to ask about Wonder Cores, huh? As it happens, I do know how to make them. Matter of fact, I made some for Lady Ningguang back when she was building the original Jade Chamber. The types of ore needed to make Wonder Cores are a little hard to come by. Lady Ningguang supplied them herself last time. I don't suppose you've brought any yourselves?
No, we were gonna ask you what kinds of ore we need.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, you'll need two kinds. Star Splinter Iron and Subrosium. If I remember correctly, Lady Ningguang sourced her Star Splinter Iron from the Mount Tianheng area. They say it resonates with visions. It could take some work, but if you stick with it, you'll find some eventually. I'm really not sure. Sorry. What I've heard is that the people around Mount Tianheng have some sort of magic trick that can pinpoint the location of the stuff. Of course, it's
Actually,
just hearsay. If you want my advice...
Mount Tianheng.
Interestingly enough, the story of the Divine Damsel of Devastation also takes place on that mountain. I hear the view there is quite spectacular. Perhaps it can give me some inspiration. Let's...
Yes, sir. Låt oss gå till Mount Chiang. Chiang. Okej, jag tänkte inte försöka uttala namnet. Jag kommer bara inte lyckas. Okej, vi är här nu. Det var ju svårt.
I came to Mount Tianheng once with my father as a child. I remember it being such a long climb that I could barely feel my legs by the time we reached the top. This is quite a trip down memory lane for me. Look at these majestic, towering peaks. And the
Yes,
gently flowing streams. It's like setting foot in paradise. No wonder the
Agreed.
legend of the Divine Damsel of Devastation is said to have taken place here. Adepti wander oft where mortals seldom stride. Indeed, this looks like a place that one might expect to be frequented by Adepti.
The Divine Damsel of Devastation is your upcoming opera, right? And the story takes place in Mount Tianheng. Huh. Seems like you have a real connection with this place. What's the story about, though?
True.
The story of a girl becoming a hero.
Cool. A hero story? They're Paimon's favorite.
Bruh, Paimon.
The legend first arose in this area. It is said that there used to be a prosperous village on the mountain. In that village, there was a loving couple who were completely devoted to one another. One day, a terrifying monster appeared. The wife was out collecting herbs and was captured by the monster. Her husband was so distraught at the news that it broke his spirit and drove him to madness. The vile
Yikes.
and vicious monster told the villagers, "If you want to live, you must sacrifice a child to me."
Damn.
What a nasty piece of work. Ugh. Paimon sure hopes this monster gets put in its place.
But the monster
Agreed.
was so terrible and so strong that all within the village were terrified of it. They had no
Bruh.
choice but to give in to the monster's demand. Just while they were discussing whose child would be given over to the monster, a little girl suddenly stood up and came forward.
Wait, I had her story mission.
Don't do it, little girl.
Unbeknownst to anybody else, she was concealing an exorcist's blade. She approached the monster's lair, feigning fear and trepidation. When she finally arrived, she courageously drew her extraordinary abilities drew the attention, and so, destined to grace the mortal realm for but a brief moment, she vanished like a wisp of smoke.
I really
kan
like
känna.
this story.
I really like the story. När jag säger det. Det är
But I
literally din
personally
barndom.
think that perhaps the little girl was not as brave as the opera makes her out to be. I'm not sure she deserves all the praise she is given.
I've never considered that before. Opera is always an interpretation of the events it purports to portray. A certain degree of deviation from the truth is always inevitable. When my father wrote the script for this play, I suppose his intention was to inspire his audience with the character of the Divine Damsel.
I think it's a great story. The ideal story.
Well, it sure inspired Paimon. Let's go get ourselves some star-splinter
Sure,
iron.
Paimon.
Yeah!
Yes sir. Jag kan berätta att när vi kommer tillbaka sen har hämtat alla items. Hur använder jag den? Use visions.
Into the wind.
Eh. Very... Ja. I see. Bro, det kanske gick kul normalt sett.
Star-splinter iron. Now we just need to find that Subrosium.
I
Vad
think
är
we saw a village
Subrosium?
on our way here. Master Zhang said we should ask the locals for help. Why don't we try
Okay.
there?
Jag tog frågan här, Jakina.
Hey, there really is someone here.
Vad heter han då? God kväll,
Injun,
sir.
looks like you were right. Excuse us, sir. Can we ask you something?
Nej, okej. Villager, hans namn är Villager.
Hayden,
Hello, sir. We were just
is he trying to tell us to look for clues in the village? Shenhua, Yunjin, let's have a look around.
Sorry, you can go ahead without me. I'd like to have a word with this gentleman. If that's okay with you, Uncle Mingjin.
It's
Shenhe.
Shinho. You're alive. The true. So, all these years? I'm sorry, I don't know how to find Subrosium, but I think you can find some information in the village. This place is deserted now. No one ever comes here.
Huh? You know this guy,
Thank you, kind sir. We'll go and take a look around. Don't worry. Mingjin has no ill intention towards Miss Shenhe. She'll be quite safe.
Okay.
Ifall du
Let's see
säger
what
det
we
så.
can find in this village.
You say so, Junjin. I need to believe you. Okej, Subrosium. Så jag ser deras säkert filmen. Ja. Är det där? Nej, okej.
The remains of a god. An abandoned village. Does this mean that the true story of the divine damsel... The time frame certainly matches. So it seems...
Bro, hon fattar inte att jag känner...
Time to go.
Vart ska jag nu? Behind the village. Men här uppe. Ja, men behind the village.
Yeah.
Det är svårt att hitta dem.
What's this? So... Shenhe is the divine damsel? Now that I think about it, she does behave rather like an adept. So that's why I've been getting the strangest feeling whenever I chat with... According to this text, the divine damsel from the opera was actually the daughter of the loving couple. And she didn't volunteer. She was sacrificed to the monster by her own father.
Damn, that is crazy though.
The truth is even more lamentable than the opera. Now I understand why Shenhe said the girl was not as brave as people think. It wasn't her choice to enter that ghastly situation. She was forced into it. Oh, it looks like my father may need to make a few revisions to his beloved opera.
Shani! Oh wait, achievements.
Of
Achievements.
Symposium.
Achievements. Shani! Oh wait, I must actually göra någonting
Let's have a
uppe.
look over there.
Bro. Okay, okay, let's go to...
This is it.
In the middle of a lake of south, young at dusk, looking at the direction of the sun's setting sun. Okay.
So basically, we need to... Let's go back and tell Shen...
Vilket vattenhål är det från? Okej, kom ihåg dusk och kolla mot solen.
One year when I was back visiting, I heard a story about a white-haired adeptus from a merchant passing by. I was a very close friend of your father's. I could have stopped him from performing the summoning ritual. I had plenty of chances, but I couldn't bring myself to stand up to him. I just let things happen. I bring flowers back here every year. And each time I wish I had a chance to apologize to you.
Apologize for what? If you'd stopped him, he'd only have found another way. There is nothing he wouldn't have done for his true love. Nothing.
Do you still hate him?
I don't know what I feel. I'm told my fate is to bear the curse of calamity, so my master bound my soul with red ropes to curb my aggression. But it also dampened my emotions, making me dispassionate, like the Adepti. So if you ask me how I feel about the past...
Okay.
It must have been so tough for you.
Shenhe, we're back!
Intressant. Shinny's backstory is actually kind of sad.
Oh, then I
Thinking
will
this
leave
area.
you all in peace. Shenhe, it brings me some solace knowing that you are okay. I'll tell you more about the old times next time we meet.
Thanks, mister. We found some info in the end.
Goodbye, Grandpa. Oh.
Shenhe, look. This tells us how...
Let's go.
Miss Shenhe, there's something I'd like to talk to you about. Just now, in the village, we found your father's diary. It turns out that many of the details in the Divine Damsel of Devastation are not true to the facts. So I'd like to change them.
Why?
I know I say that opera always deviates from the truth, but now that the main character is standing right here in front of me, I cannot simply dismiss your lived experience in favor of my father's fiction.
It's okay. I like your version.
Huh?
My master once said that the day I learn how to use my strength for the good of others is the day that I can truly become part of human society. So, I hope that one day I might be brave enough to stand up and protect others, just like the girl in the opera. But I've never thought this way before, and I wonder whether I will continue to think in this way.
Don't worry. I believe you will. In fact, I think maybe you've already started to become the person you aspire to be. You just haven't had the opportunity to see it for yourself yet.
Shenhe! Yunjin! Cut the chit-chat! Let's go!
Paimon.
We can't let someone else be...
Du har en poäng, Paimon. Men stå inte på glodar. Vi glodar typ 5 minuter var. Okej, så vi ska hitåt. Jag kommer att ta upp det. Jag är för något. Så busken typ. Och sen kolla mot solnedgången. Yes, sir. Some brews here. Är det show?
That's everything we need! Let's head back and report in!
Det är bara ignorera
Tomatoes made
faktan att show står här. Och glor ner i marken. Han bara står där. Vad gjorde han där? Bruh.
Time to go.
Okej, vi går till den här blacksmithen nu och så får vi göra sista ingrediensen så vi kan fixa Jade Chamber.
Good.
So,
This is some top quality ore you found. I think I'll get a good guess. Now it's my time to shine.
Hey everyone, how's the A-team doing? I ran into a bit of a brick wall on my end. Suling's never seen a Wonder Core before, and...
Leave the wonder cores to me. I'll work on them while you go about your business. Don't worry.
Much obliged, Master Zhang. We should look into the Adepti...
I'll sort that out.
Oh? You got this then?
Yes. I have been training with the Adepti for years. I know a thing or two about making sigils. When we first met, I told you I came for the Jade Chamber, not the contest. In fact, I came specifically to deliver Adepti sigils. Master heard that Ningguang was planning to rebuild the Jade Chamber, so she sent me to deliver some Adepti sigils to her.
Nice. Cloudrotator.
Master also
Just
said she
story.
hoped that I can take this opportunity to rejoin human society. But now that I'm here, I wonder if I've been removed from the world for too long. There's so much basic knowledge that I lack. Maybe it won't work for me to stay here after all. But either way, I'm very glad to have met you, and I'll take care of those Adepti sigils.
Without knowing the ins and outs of your situation, I can't say whether you should stay or not. But now that our paths have crossed, we'll always have a connection. So if you're ever feeling down, come find me on my ship. There'll be a drink waiting for you.
Thank you. So,
Hey, do actually
Master
probably.
Jean, I'll need to use your facilities to make the sigils.
Fine by me. I'm actually curious to see how the Adepti arts work. Maybe I'll learn something.
Okej. Vi får inte se det då. Why? Jag ville se det.
The
Jag
sigils
ville
are
se
ready,
hur man gjorde dem. Skämtar du
though
med
they are
mig?
in some respects.
Wow.
I've finished forging the things you asked for, too.
Great! Let's go submit them before someone else.
Okej. Speedrun.